Hi, everybody. I'm Deacon Dave.
I'm layperson Lisa.
Welcome to the Deacon Dave and Layperson Lisa show. So we're continuing on the Be Healed book.
We should bring the book. We still haven't brought the book to
That's
show
okay.
them.
It's okay.
You all have it. You know what it looks like.
Okay. Pretend like this
It's
is
not that.
It's not this one.
Enter graphic.
Be Healed book. Right. So in this episode, okay, it's Intimacy with Jesus, which is on pages 66 through 70 if you're following along with the book that we don't have. All right.
And it's the same edition.
Yeah, and here's the thing, Lisa. Intimacy with Jesus, okay, leads us to a better understanding that we are beloved sons and daughters of the Father.
Yes. I think that's something that we've been talking about the last two SMP classes, and just how important the intimate encounter with Jesus is during prayer, not praying while you're doing a dozen other things, which I mean it's good to invite Jesus into that, but it doesn't develop that intimacy.
Yeah, I mean, Jesus, he entered into our humanity. He did not run from our brokenness, right? But instead, he fully took it on, and he did it with the greatest possible vulnerability.
Yes. And he asks us to be vulnerable with other people too.
Which is important. We were listening to some stories last night in our evangelical Catholic class, and this is like the primary way to evangelize. It's just to share your story.
Yeah.
Not share your entire life journey,
Right.
but to share a story about where Jesus in a profound way intersected your life.
Yes.
And why that is so important. And then usually God can take care of the rest of it.
Yes.
Right. So the heart of the gospel message is that we must die to live. Okay. St. Paul would always talk about Christ crucified.
I think that's kind of like what I was talking about earlier on another thing, like with the trees. Like in the winter, how they lose their leaves, it's kind of like a dying to self, and that's what we're called to do as well.
Yeah, and St. Paul, he would often lament about the false presentations of the gospel, which were those doing this, enemies of the cross. This is just terrible. Oh, okay, so those who have these false presentations of the gospel, right, the ones that are doing that, these are the enemies of the cross of Christ. They glory in their shame, right, and their minds on earthly things, which is also what the readings are about.
This weekend.
Yeah, this
Third
weekend.
Week in ordinary time.
Yeah, I read that in advance, but clearly I didn't read it far enough in advance, right? Yeah. So
we're doing things our way.
And that makes us enemies of the cross.
Okay. Yeah.
Powerful statement,
yeah.
Right? So in some ways, all of us have created this false identity that we use to cover up our brokenness.
Well, self-reliance is like the number one spiritual disease.
And we heard that in class today too.
Yeah.
Right.
And yeah,
and the reality of it is we also, in this self-reliance, has created this false identity. And this false identity must be crucified with Jesus, right? So that our true identity as beloved sons and daughters can shine forth with great glory in our lives. Lisa, can you do that?
Yes.
But here's the thing. If you keep relying on yourself to try to do it, you're going to keep finding yourself. Yeah, it's going to be like Groundhog Day.
Yeah.
We're going to keep going back. And so the question is what needs to be done in order for this to be redeemed?
Right.
Right.
Invite Jesus.
Right. But like, you just can't invite him over for 5 minutes, right? You've got to okay, great. You came to that place now. I feel really good. You can leave.
Right.
And I think sometimes that might be what's happening to you, right? There's not a permanent disposition. Jesus hasn't moved in, like brought his luggage in and,
he just stayed
parked
the
in the
weekend.
garage. Yeah, maybe not even the weekend. But whatever the case may be.
He just came for dinner.
Right. Yeah, and even coming for dinner could last for 4 to 6 months, right? That's what kind of power he has. But if we invite him permanently into that, why are you looking like that for?
I don't know. That's like a hard thing to hear.
What?
That I don't know. It just made me realize that I was doing good, and then
You were doing good. I do not know how many people I talk to, okay? If you want to be healed, it's like the difference between Jesus and going to the doctors, right? We go to the doctors and we get some medicine and we get evaluated and we do whatever. But Jesus is not only the divine physician, but he is also the medicine that we need ongoing, right? to continue to
keep-
walk this journey.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's not like we can go, great, good to see you. I'll see you next year for my annual appointment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he goes, no, you need to take me home with you. I'm a very personal doctor.
Yeah.
Right? And so I want to be with you all the time. So there's a lot to take away from this. If we want long-term healing, I mean, because like you think about it, this title is intimacy with Jesus.
Yeah.
So if we're being intimate with Jesus, we don't ever send him back out the door.
Right.
He's constantly with us and we're constantly in a relationship. And I'm not saying that you don't have an intimate relationship with Jesus so you can stop it.
Yeah. Well, we can all have a better relationship with Jesus.
We can always have a better relationship with Jesus. I'm Deacon Dave.
I'm like Person Lisa.
See you next time.
Bye.